135 to 115. The Sacramento Kings had a big-time fourth quarter where they held the Houston Rockets to only 20 points. It's the Houston Rockets, we get it. But 20 points nonetheless is extremely impressive. Unfortunately, they can't play the Magic and the Rockets every single night. And I think that's where fans hit me up in the DMs and they think that I'm trashing the Kings. It's more so, hey, you got to improve here, here, and here. Against good teams, you won't have the luxury to actually make these mistakes and still win games, right? That's what you got to strive for every single night, which is learning how to be locked in defensively throughout most of the game. Not just the fourth quarter. Obviously, the fourth quarter is the most important quarter. But you may not be down by one in the fourth on most nights if you play defense like that against good teams. The Kings are down by one going into the fourth quarter. Okay? They weren't playing very well in terms of overall defensive, sticking to their defensive principles, right? Too many times we saw guys get beat on the weak side, ball watching, over helping. That's not Kings basketball. That's not Kings basketball. If y'all want to call in, the link is pinned in the chat box. Make sure you guys like this video. And if you want, I would love to talk to you guys and get your thoughts, because once again we've seen lapses defensively against the Magic, not as much against the Rocket or against the Magic, because they just blew them out from beginning to end. In that third quarter where they had a tough time, or they were confused with that zone defense, which we talked about. But for the most part, once the Magic cut the lead to 11, the Kings never looked back, right? Tonight, the Kings were down, and going into the fourth down one, they locked in though, which again, good teams tend to put bad teams away. But sometimes when you play too long with your food, bad things happen. And as I told you guys, they're not playing the Rockets and Magic every night. So they got to stop, learn from these bad habits, try and lock in throughout a game, and see where that takes you. Because the Kings have yet to really do it against a really good team, where I'm like, okay, that was convincingly, right? I was convinced that they dominated from beginning to end. But right now, in terms of positives, the Kings are fourth in the Western Conference. That's insane. They are fourth. Hit the like, man. Light the beam. Let's go. Let's light the beam, yo. Let's light the beam, baby. 1:30 ready for y'all to call in. The link is in the bio. Make sure you guys click on it so I can put you on the screen. Super easy. You don't even have to come on the screen. Just your voice, man. Just make sure your audio is not shitty. But hey, great stuff in the fourth quarter. Alperen Sengun, youngest center in NBA history to get a triple-double. That was impressive. I have a lot of thoughts on the Houston Rockets as well. I had a lot of, I guess, play tonight in terms of watching this team. I've been watching them since last year, where theoretically they had a great rookie class, right? As I tell people, when you tank, it's a huge risk, because it doesn't always pan out the way you want it to. And we're seeing it right now, where they have too many young players. They don't know how to play together. Guys are selfish. Guys think they're the guy, and you get these types of results. Too many selfish players on that team, and they're all young. Bad coaching, no accountability. We're going to see that from time to time, and we saw it last year. We're seeing it again. It's fun and exciting. Obviously, the Kings have been there, right? Where you got a ton of young dudes. But when you don't win, you start to build bad habits. That's the reality of the whole situation. Young teams, for the most part, don't win. We can go back in NBA history and truly look at teams that won at a high level, that were extremely young. The team that stands out to me is the Oklahoma City Thunder. But other than that, I'm trying to think of a truly young team that just won. It's hard to win in the NBA, man. You need discipline. You need veteran leadership. You got to do the little things, which De'Aaron Fox talked about after the game, to win games. It's not like coaches are asking him and Sabonis to get a triple-double or score 30, 40 points a game. Them to not get blown by, to box out. Little things that make a big difference. Those are his words. I've said that for years. I've told you guys. I feel like I say that every single stream. But those are the things that the Houston Rockets, as young and exciting as they are not doing. And I remember when the Kings had Bagley, Fox, Justin, they had Harry Giles, they had all these high draft picks, right? And we're all excited, super young team, yada yada. Bro, it doesn't work, and that's why I'm not Team Tank. That's why I'll never be Team Tank. Because it doesn't work when you have a ton of young guys. Now, if you retool, if you surround those young guys with actually good players that are veterans, that's a different story. But it's difficult to have a Jalen Green who is already selfish as it is. Like, his game is to score, right, to get buckets. Asking a young kid like that to be your leader, and other guys are looking at him like, you're not a leader. KPJ, extremely talented. Guy's not a leader. As soon as he went out of the game, the team played a lot better. The team played freely. They played a little bit through Sengun, which, again, to the Kings' credit, fortunately for the Kings' credit, the Rockets don't know how to use Sengun. They hardly even use him. Like, his guards don't even look for him that much. Like, he had to take matter into his own hands tonight and get guys open. Like, that's how gifted he is. And he's not even strong. He's almost like a skinny fat because he's 20. Like 2 years, 3 years from now, when he actually gets in better shape, when he gets stronger, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Whether that be on the Rockets or on a different team, because that kid can play. He just gets it. He has that feel for the game. You can't teach those types of things, man. Either you have it or you don't. And Sengun has it, right? It was fun to watch him. Sabonis is going to bully everybody. I mean, that's what Sabonis does. That guy's an all-star. He's making the team this year. He's a lock. We all know that. De'Aaron Fox, 8 assists, 9 assists tonight. Another good night for him. How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing well. It says that the stream is cutting in and out. That's just the Wi-Fi from Golden One Center. I don't know if it's raining outside or something, but if it is, I can't control that. I cannot control that. This team can't stop scoring 130 plus. We have the best offense in the league. Don't think twice. No, we don't. We do not have the best. Damn, like you're still in the arena. Yes, sir. What's up, brother? What's up, Josh? We show flashes of good defense. We just got to keep it up for 4 quarters. Sungjin Woo, tell him. Yes, sir. You're right. If they end up with Scoot, it's going to be really problematic fit for them. You can't have 13 out of your 15 players be under 23 years old. Tanking doesn't work. I don't know if it's pairing Smith with these guards is smart either. It's hard. It's hard to play with these guys, man, especially when you're not pass first. I just feel like they hunt a lot of their shots. There isn't any organization within that team, right? A coach in this type of circumstance will always be a scapegoat, no matter what. And I'm not defending Silas. I feel like he's going to get fired no matter what happens. He's going to lose no matter what he does, right? I've had Rockets people tell me, well, he don't hold him accountable. Okay, cool. Do the players want to be held accountable? That's another question, right? Like, we got to be honest here. We got Zach calling in. Uh-oh. We lost Zach. Call back in, brother. Call back in. Here we go. But yeah, there we go. Let me see. Zach, man, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? Yeah, I like what you do, man. I like your whole presence and all that.
Man, I appreciate that, man. What did you think about tonight?
I didn't watch the game tonight. I wasn't watching. I watched like I did. I watched like I was like hit or miss. I was kind of not paying attention. I
Oh,
was dealing with
good.
some
Did
other shit.
did you watch last game?
Which one?
The Magic game?
That was
On
what
Monday?
team? The Magic, right?
Yeah.
And I watched like the second half.
What are your overall thoughts this year?
That's why I like watching this shit, bro. Cause like I'm not no basketball expert. I like the game, but I'm not no expert. I just watch the game.
Oh, good, brother.
I
What?
love it, bro. I think the fucking light the beam. I think when we chant that shit when there's still 5 minutes left in the game, I think that's the most intimidating thing on the planet right now.
I
That's like
love
Mike
it.
Tyson in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. Well, Zach, I appreciate you for calling in,
I
man.
just, hey, I would hate to be the other team we do that shit.
Facts. Like
I'm gonna turn my camera around. Shit.
it's funny because the opposing team is like looking at the stands like, damn, they about to light the beam on us. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's almost intimidating.
Like, bro, like I tried. I was my first game at the new arena was in like the first season, and I ain't been in a game for a while. So I tried to go right when COVID started. The game I was about to go to was the game they canceled, and then we couldn't go for no more. So my
Wow,
first game since like 2016 was the Brooklyn Nets game.
that's awesome.
Man, that felt so good. Sending KD's little bitch ass back to fucking crying to fucking Brooklyn.
Facts. All right, Zach, I
Man,
appreciate
that
you
shit,
for.
we was lighting the beam with 8 minutes left. You know what I
That's
mean? Like
crazy.
that's.
That's crazy, man. Hey, well, Zach, I appreciate you for calling in, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, after all the years of us sucking and everybody talking, have a good one, man.
Big dog, appreciate you. God bless. DJ, call back in, bro. My bad. Good stuff there. Let's light the beam. These fools are good. 2 easy wins, climb the standings, my dude. They are fourth in the standings right now. I think they're tied for it. If Houston or Detroit end up with Scoot, it's going to cause a few headaches for them. Too many high-end draft pick guards. Not really, honestly. It'll be an easy decision. They'll get rid of KPJ. Somebody going to take him off their hands. Even if they get like a late protective first. Like if if say a team like the Raptors are potentially seeking a protected first or a first for a guy like Van Vliet. Obviously, way better player, but still, guys love potential. Guys love upside. KPJ has it. Yes, he's a knucklehead, but at the end of the day, the guy can get you buckets. He's young still, and somebody gonna take a risk on him. It won't be hard to move him. If you can move a Christian Wood, you can move a KPJ. That's simple. So if they do get a Scoot, then they'll get Scoot, put him up with Jalen Green, then you got Sengun. So available no matter what. That's what bad teams do, right? That has to be your philosophy. No matter what, you're not in a position to draft for need. You're in a position to get better. And if Scoot's there, then you draft that man, right? If Wemby's there, then you draft Wemby. We'll see what they do, man. In terms of, again, you're right. Detroit's in a situation that's very similar. They got Killian. They got Cade, and obviously they just drafted what's his name, Ivy. So they got to get rid of somebody. It's probably going to be Killian, but they can get value though. Out of those guys, they can give value though. Either way. Let's look at the box score real fast. Sabonis, 25 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists. These games hurt because, as Fox said, if you get the 10th assist, your game is, at least from a casual fan's perspective, it's viewed a little bit different, right? Coaches, players, smart NBA fans, they know how impactful he was. But if you get that 10th assist, now it's a triple-double. and you're viewed differently. And that's just the reality of the situation. It's unfortunate that he couldn't get it, but at the same time, we know how good this man is. I mean, this guy's a rock star. 25, pretty much 10 and 14. That's insane. And this dude has been doing it all season long. 38 minutes tonight. The guy's a hooper. De'Aaron Fox, 24 points, 9 assists. Him too. 1 assist from a double-double. You're looked at differently. 20 and 10, right? That's how people have these little notions of, oh, 20 and 10, double-double, triple-double. Like you're just viewed differently if you do it. If you don't, man, it is what it is. We know how impactful Fox and Sabonis are. As Coach Mike Brown said, tonight both of our All-Stars led the way. And we'll get into what what Mike Brown had to say, what Fox had to say. And it was Trey Lyles, defensive player of the game, 20 points, 15 points in the fourth. That was crazy. Probably his best game ever. Trey Lyles had a hell of a game today, so good for him. He had a total of 7 rebounds, 6 defensive, 1 offensive. That's a great game. You're not going to get this every single night from him. So when you do get him, as I said, with TD, with Trey Lyles, with Metu, with Okpala, with Rashawn Holmes, like, these are your role players that will have good nights, and they'll have bad nights, and they'll have so-so nights. That's what role players do off the bench. It's okay. You have to come and just accept that. Like, that's what they do, right? Davion Mitchell played 14 minutes tonight. He was 0 of 3. I think he's only hit 3 threes twice this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. And then Malik Monk had 11 points, 3 assists tonight. He was god-awful defensively. I mean, this dude comes in the game, he gets back cut, and he's like, yeah, my fault. Like, he's like pointing at himself. That's cool and all, but this happens every single game. At some point, those my bads got to turn into just being solid defensively, man. I mean, this happens way too often. This happens way too often, man. Rockets leading the Wembyana, whatever name is, 10-31, big yikes. Hornets insanely bad this year. They've been injured all year, but yes, they got a lot of pieces that would help the Sacramento Kings, though. That's a team that you got to call, man. I would love me a Mason Plumlee on this team to be that backup. Again, you're going to have inconsistent nights from that backup. It's just the reality because it's so hard to play 6 to 11 minutes a night and your success being contingent on what Malik Monk does. That's how this team is structured, right? A lot of DHOs, a lot of screen setting, and if you roll, you will get rewarded because Monk will find you. But if his offensive game is not going, like if he's not feeling it, then it's going to be tough because when he has tough games, the 5 has tough games. So he had 11 tonight, right? Metu has 6 in 8 minutes. See what I'm saying? Like there's a correlation between the success that Metu has along with Malik Monk. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. I'm going to talk about it. They just want to see that, or they just depict that backup 5 and they isolate him like, oh, he had a good game or a bad game. Like, no, he had a good game because Malik Monk had a good game, or he had a bad game because Malik Monk had a bad game. That's how you got to view it because that's just the structure of this team and the structure of that second unit. That's really the reality of the whole situation. So, it is what it is. I would love Tate. Tate plays hard, man. I would love him too on this team. Tate is a dog, Kings knee. He's nice. He's been banged up. You saw the difference that he made just him. What did he end up with tonight? With 19 minutes. If you just look at the box score, 1 of 5, right? 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and you're gonna be like, oh, he sucks. But if you know, like that guy impacts winning. That guy impacts how you play, how you move the ball, how hard he plays, tough-nosed basketball player. I would love me some Jae'Sean Tate on this Kings team. I mean, that dude is a stud. Again, if you look at the box score, you're going to be like, Leo, you're fucking crazy. The reality is, he is a good basketball player. He's a good basketball player, man. Again, as I said last show, if you start looking at box score to depict a player if they're good or bad, go to a different show, man, because that's not what we do here. We look at the analytics, and that's what we do. See, so he's played a total of. He's played. Jesus, he's only played 5 games this year. He's been banged up. But when he's healthy though, I mean, this dude is a monster. I mean, we can just look at his stats. He played 78 games last year. 11, 5, and 3 in 26 minutes. 11, 5, and 2.5 in 29 minutes the first year. Guy's a hooper, bro. The guy's a hooper. I mean, you instantly felt his presence as soon as he walked into the game. That's a guy that I would love, man. 27 years old, 3 years into the league. He's an older cat, but he fits with his timeline. He's a tough son of a gun. Like, I would love this dude on this team, man. Like, I really would. It'll be interesting to see what they do, though. It looks like the Wi-Fi is super slow. I wonder if it's raining outside. I don't know what the stream looks like right now. If it's chopping up, I apologize. I can't control that, man. We're on the Wi-Fi. Golden One Center's finest. But Jayshawn Tate's a good player. Another guy who I love coming out of the draft, right? Garuba. Again, nothing pops out because they have a lot of competition there, man. I mean, you got Sengun. Like, you can't play Sengun, Garuba together because they don't shoot the ball well enough. That's just the reality. One guy is supremely talented on one end, which is offensively, in Sengun. The other guy is really good defensively. He only played 6 minutes tonight. Then they had the other kid, Fernando, who played 14 minutes tonight. So they got 3 centers playing. Jabari don't touch the ball enough either. He had 9 boards, 8 points. He had a crazy dunk tonight. Like, they have a lot of pieces, but they have a lot of young players, man. They have a lot of young players. Again, Sengun 10-10-10 tonight. Guy's a hooper. He was a -10 because, well, Sabonis had a monster game. That's what happens. There wasn't a positive on that team because they ended up losing by 20 points. Like, that's what happens. But if you really looked at the game, you see how Sengun makes the right play every single time. I mean, he is so quick. He processes the game. He's trying to get his teammates open shots the same way Sabonis sets great screens, and he wants to get guys open for those screen assists. Like, it's crazy how much room he opens up for guys like Mr. Green, right? Who had 26 points tonight, 9-25. Exactly what Fox talked about at practice. Hopefully, make them take those tough shots that they like to take, which is selfish mid-rangers, selfish contested threes. Like, that's what they want to do. You'll take 26 points on 25 shots every single time. Every single time. Every single time. Something I did notice that I didn't like with Coach Brown kept Fox out of the majority of the third. That's when the Rockets made a run. Their offense was stagnant, man. I mean, we talk about this every game, bro. I hate how they flex his minutes, man. Plumlee or Jakob for this team, be solid. It'd be solid. I would say Plumlee just because I think he would accept that backup role a lot better than the Jakob because to me, Jakob was a borderline starter on a specific team. But on this team, you know, we know Mike Brown not going to start both of them. Tate plays hard. I love it. The Kings make the playoffs. They need a player like Tate. Feels good for me. Harrison Barnes has trade value, but he's playing so good we can't trade him. Yes, you can. If he can upgrade the position, upgrade the position. You can trade that man. My man has been in an insane streak. If you can trade the man and upgrade, you upgrade, period. Period. He finished with 16 points tonight. As I said, he wasn't going to get you back-to-back 30-point nights. And you didn't need it tonight, right? You had a solid game. Plus 17, 3 of 3 from the floor, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, 5 of 10 from the floor. That's solid. Anytime you get 16 points on an efficient night, you're going to win the game. Or at least you're going to be in the game for sure. But let's take a look at what Mike Brown had to, let me see. Let's take a look at what they had, actually. Light the beam, screen to share. Okay. Jesus, internet is so slow.
When the stakes are high at work, your tone matters. Grammarly's advanced tone suggestions can help.
Man, I tell you.
Jesus, this is some slow ass internet.
What our guys stepped up in the fourth quarter on the defensive end of the floor. You know, and I thought I didn't think we had a great night offensively. We took care of the ball, and we tried to do most of our staples, but I thought we missed a handful of open shots that we normally make. And you know, we still ended up with 35, I guess.
Wow.
But again, our guys are just selfish. Unselfish.
That's funny.
Unselfish. Scratch the selfish part. They're unselfish, and it starts with our two great players, our two all-stars. Yes, our two all-stars, Foxy and Sabonis, each with 9 assists. A big night from those guys. Like I said, we had 9 turnovers for the night. Our fourth quarter defense, like I said, was unbelievable. To outscore them 20-41 in the fourth. That's what good teams do. Even if you are swinging punches back and forth throughout the game, when that fourth quarter comes around, you'd hope to be able to lock in mentally and buckle down physically and get stops while still putting the pressure on them on the offensive end of the floor with our transition. So that fourth quarter defense was phenomenal. I will say this. I keep looking. I was looking when I got the box score. I'm continuing to look. I take my glasses off, put them back on. I put my readers on, take them off, and I still see Keegan had 6 rebounds. That number hasn't changed, so that's good. But that's exactly what he's capable of doing at his size, his athleticism, his feel, the whole 9 yards. He should get 5 to 6 at minimum rebounds a game, and so it was good to see him step up tonight and get 6 rebounds. So I'm not going to ask him tomorrow how many rebounds he had, because he'll make some smart aleck remark. But the player of the game, I tell you, Trey was fantastic for us. Trey was great defensively. He was fantastic offensively. He had a couple of big rebounds, knocked down a couple of big threes, and we ran him a long time too. And he plays so hard when he's out there, but we ran him a long time, and it didn't even look like he missed a beat in terms of his win. So big game. 20-7 from Trey for us tonight, and he was the one that really helped us get over the hump.
You heard it there from Coach. They're 2 all-stars. You gotta love it, right? You gotta love that. They're 2 all-stars. Great question here from Cody. Is there anyone on this team you wouldn't trade for chemistry reasons besides the untradables Fox, Sabonis, Murray? To me, Murray's not untradeable, bro. I'll be honest with you. I would trade that guy in a heartbeat if they would give me OG. No question about it. No question about it. I'm trying to improve this roster ASAP, and that's just the reality. Like, I'm trying to improve this roster ASAP. So, Tyson, is there any untradables for you on this roster?
Like untouchables?
Yeah.
Not besides our 2 guys, but everyone else should be on the table.
Is Keegan Murray on the table for you? Because he is for me.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm getting an all-star that is an all-star today, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I
E-
have to
even if
get
he's not an all-star,
unattached from the love I have.
say like an OG who's not an all-star. It was fun. I know we have. Well, the stream is just really cutting in and out right now. It's crazy. I don't know if it restarted or no. It's. I think it restarted the stream. But it is what it is. We're gonna deal with these types of things uh, at the arena. This might be just a sign to go home, if we're being honest. But let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Bro, it's crazy. Like,
not even windy outside.
it's not windy outside? I don't
It's not.
know.
I'm standing right next to my window. It's not.
Holy smokes. Yeah, man, I'm on this Wi-Fi. Bro, it literally just cut off. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, so as you said, I think both you and I were pretty upset throughout the game, right, where they had a lot of defensive lapses. I was talking a lot of crap about Malik Monk. I know you're a huge Monk fan, but at some point when you don't play bad teams like the ones they've been playing, you're going to get exposed, and you may not be down by 1 going into fourth. Like, you may be down 7, which is a big difference, like a different mountain to climb. So knowing that, like, if you're Mike Brown, how do you approach that in terms of being able to teach those types of things, say in a film session or at a practice?
Yeah, the communication on defense just has to be better, especially on the weak side when someone's driving or then they kick it out. The extra rotation has to be there because tonight it just seemed like the Rockets made one pass and then a guy was just wide open, and it's tough because the Kings want to take away the paint, but like when you allow some of these streaky shooters to get on fire, it makes your defense that much harder to defend.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike says in the past when we were in a rebuild, the whole team was tradable. The outlook has changed to the playoff contender. All moves should be made that support the core group. And to me, the core group is group meaning 2 players, Fox and Sabonis, man. I'm being honest. I don't get attached to players as much as I like them as persons. I love Malik. I love Kevin Herter. But if they say, I'm going to get you KD and I need one of them,
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
if I need one of them or both of them, I'm going to say bye.
Yeah.
I
What are we
mean,
talking about?
like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so when you say support your core group, like fans gotta just detach themselves from the love and the loyalty aspect of being a fan, and sometimes you gotta realize like the grass may be greener on the other side if you bring in a superstar like that. Obviously, you don't want to dismantle your whole group and the things you got going. But let's not kid ourselves. Like, if those types of deals are on the table, we're making them 10 out of 10 times. At least I will. I know fans will still say no because of chemistry things and yada yada. Man, I'm making
No,
that deal 10 out of 10 times. I don't care what you got to say. But that's just me, though. That's
I
just.
mean, and winning cures everything. Like when you make that move and that takes you from now a contender to like a conference finals contender, like winning's gonna cure everything. Like you won't even be talking about that guy you fell in love with who was on the team because when the Kings are the 3rd seed, you're not gonna care.
No, no, you're not going to care. Holmes' contract hurts us. Needs to be moved. Barnes is expiring this year. We can't let him leave for nothing in return. Even picks would be suffice. Lyles has proven he can play with the starters. I wouldn't go that far. He hasn't proven that. And I'll say this every single
Spot
game.
minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Lyles is what Lyles does. As I say this every game, he's a role player off your bench, and that's okay until people realize that. People earlier in the year when TD got 30, they were legit saying that he should start,
Oh,
right? Like overreactions like crazy. But that's what happens with the Kings. Like when you've been bad for so long Any
Yep.
positives is like, damn, like I want that guy. Like, man,
Like, no, bro. Like role players have nights where
limitations.
they can't buy a shot, and then they have nights like tonight where you see a couple of threes go in, but you just can't be one dimensional. Like some of these role players are just one dimensional. Like, and that's why they need to be upgraded.
100%, man. 1000%. You gotta be able to upgrade those types of guys. So Trey Lyles, what did you think about Davion tonight?
How many shots? I thought the 4 shots he missed were all wide open, even that layup he missed. But I mean, wasn't good offensively. I mean, I would say I wanted actually him to play more. People were saying like that he should get consideration to start because of him on Jalen Green, but
Who to Davion?
yeah, people were saying that he should start so that he could guard the opposing team's best player.
Jesus Christ, that's terrible advice. But let's take a look at what defensive player of the game has to say.
Chain on, so yeah.
15 points there in the fourth quarter. Just what went right for you?
Just being aggressive, going to the basket, got to the free throw line, got an offensive rebound, got myself going a little bit, and then was able to knock down 3 threes. Teammates found me, so just have to keep doing that.
Yeah, Trey. You
God damn.
pretty sketchy game there. You know,
I
used
listened
really
to that.
5.
He's still not done.
3, while you was watching what they were doing, that
He's
you
gonna
can just
skip the
open up
question.
and, bust loose like that.
I think for me, it was just mentally going in there and trying to change the game with my energy, rebounding defensively, and then offensively trying to get in the mix on the boards. And like I said, I got to the free throw line and then got one offensive rebound. Able to put that back, kind of got me going. And like I said, teammates found me, and we were able to continue to share the ball, especially in that fourth quarter. And yeah, we were able to break it open right there.
He's not lying. He had 15 points tonight in the fourth quarter. That was big time. But as I said last game, and this is a really good player in Harrison Barnes, so you're not going to get 30 points again on the back-to-back from Harrison Barnes. Be happy if you get 16. That's what he got. That's crazy that I called it last night or on Monday. And you're not going to get 15 points in the fourth from Trey Lyles again. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
silly to even remotely assume that. Like, I mean, he got, and a lot of it was predicated off Fox's penetration. So like, you're gonna get wide open shots, just whether you can consistently knock them down.
100%. You wouldn't get an all-star for Keegan. Now, we're just saying Keegan is their most valuable asset. Right now, the Kings are limited in what they can do because of the Kevin Huerter trade. As we say every single show, we don't know how hard or how easy it would be for the Kings to call Atlanta and unprotect that pick either in 24 or 25. But as of today, the Kings can only offer a 2028 pick because of the step-in rule, which puts them in a tough bind. If you want a high-level player, if you want to make a big splash before the deadline, it's going to be really tough because these teams that are willing to give up, say a Vanderbilt, they're looking for a 2023, 2024 at max for a guy like Vandy. Like, the Utah Jazz, as much as they love picks, they don't see the value in a 2028 pick from the Kings because it's just so far down the line, and they got 1,000 picks as it is. So for them, it's like, can I get a pick this year or at worst next year? So that's the asking price for a guy like Vanderbilt, who would make a big difference on this team. He's putting up over 8 boards in 25 minutes. That's pretty good. On top of being able to play high level defense. Vanderbilt is 23 years old. He's a guy that I can see them paying $15 million per year next year, because he has that much upside. Whether you're good enough to convince him to sign in the offseason, or if he can just go and trade him, have the early bird rights to get him, and just go from there. But I know you sent me a text message from, was it a guy from the Sac B that talked about some minor deals that I would like, but how realistic is it to land some of these deals? Because I think you and I have been very adamant about adding a guy like Mason Plumlee, who in theory would be an amazing backup to Sabonis. But as I told you last night when we were hooping, like whoever that backup is, again tonight, right? Malik didn't have a great night, and Metro didn't either. That's what it's going to be like all year long. Like that 5 position, his success will be dictated off of whether or not Malik is on, man. And that's just the truth, Tyson.
I agree. I don't like how we have like 5 bench players out there at a time though.
It's terrible.
Like to me, Mike needs to play Harrison Barnes with that second unit, like he said in the Orlando game. You cannot. This team is not deep enough to play 5 bench players at a time. You need to keep like probably Harrison Barnes with that second unit, so you don't have to rely on Malik every single time. And and if you get a guy like Mason Plumlee, that to me is a huge, not a small upgrade. That to me is a big upgrade because Mason Plumlee is good enough to do what you're doing on offense, and defensively he's a really underrated. He can probably actually legit play like 18 minutes a night for you off the bench.
Isaiah Hartenstein would be another amazing pickup if they could ever land a guy like that who is a solid defender, can play the DHO really well. Hartenstein is that type of guy. The Knicks have 3 centers, right? They have Jericho Sims. They have the big man in the middle, Mitchell Robinson, and obviously Hartenstein, who they signed in the offseason. So that's a team that you could be calling for, but what would they want? Like, they don't want the Kings scraps because they're going for the playoffs too. And they potentially got an all-star there in either Brunson or Julius this year. So it's interesting to look at other rosters. I know who was it? Cody talked about you got to extend Monty just from an optic standpoint. I think Tyson and I talk about this a lot. Like, you just got to do it. Whether you love him or hate him, it doesn't matter. Optically speaking, like, you got to do it. You just do.
I mean, that would yeah, that's not a question. Like,
Yeah.
I think I don't think the Timberwolves are gonna pay him either, but Nas Reed would be, I think, a really good get too.
But would Nas Reed be the type of guy that doesn't get it going offensively because he's not in rhythm? Because how much rhythm can you get in 6 minutes? I think that's where I just keep harping on that, but it's hard to get any true rhythm in that type of time. And because if he's not scoring, what are fans going to say? Oh, he had 4 points today. You know what I'm saying? Like, perceptionally speaking, like, that's how we're going to view certain guys.
True. Again, that to me is why Plumlee would be perfect on both sides. But I think, at least on paper, like if you look at what Nas Reed does, it would fit from just like when you look at his play style. But yeah.
We need a backup center with pure unaltered desperation. If Sabonis goes down, there is a black hole in that position. Yeah, and that's where Mason Plumlee can, spot him for 10 games. Where, yes, he won't be as good. Nobody's saying he's as good. What we're saying is he can alleviate some of those duties, like a lot of the split cut action, like Mason has ran his entire career. So
Great setter, great DHO mover. Like,
that's what he does.
We're talking like yeah.
That's what he does, man. So that's a guy that I've wanted for a long time on this team. If you trade Davion, would you have Delly playing serious second string point guard minutes or slide Monk and several? I mean, he essentially is that guy now, right? Like, he's your backup point guard without having the title of a backup point guard, right, Tyson?
I mean, I've been saying that, like, Davion, I think, would be a lot better as an off-ball player, but so it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, man, Hartenstein would be a very good piece. That's why the Knicks were smart enough to sign him on a fairly good deal. Forget what the numbers were, but I love me some
8 million.
Hartenstein. How much was it?
2 years, 16, so 8 million.
That's a great deal for a guy like that. He's getting paid less than Rashawn Holmes.
Mason Plumlee's getting less than that.
Right. So once his deal expires this year, right? What's he gonna command? I know if they trade for him, they'll have the early bird rights on him, but you got to think
Mid-level.
about mid level, which is what 9, right? Roughly 9, 10ish.
It's gonna, yeah,
So it's gonna go up, right?
yeah. It'll go up to 10.5, 11, and then, but you should be able to easily get that back on a short-term deal.
Right. I have no idea on the fit, but do the Kings or any contender kick tires on Dwight Howard at this point of his NBA career? I think so. There's going to be a team, and it could be the Kings if Sabonis' hand flares up. They're just like, I know Dwight's been there, done that before. He's an NBA champion. He was at one point the most dominating center of his generation, and he can still give me a good 15 minutes a night. Like, the Kings could be that team. We don't know. It's January 11th. We're halfway through the season. That's crazy. And the Kings are the 4th seed, man. Like, if you look at the standings, right?
And they could arguably be higher than that if they just took care of some end-of-game stuff.
They are tied for 4th with the Mavericks. Well, not tied. They have a 550 or 548, but they're both 5.5 games out first right now. And it is a beautiful thing to see, man. The 4th seed. That's crazy. Like, that brings tears to my eyes, man. I haven't been this excited in a long time. Obviously, it's one night. That could change tomorrow. Literally.
I mean, yeah, the Mavericks could take that back tomorrow in a second.
Yeah, so Mavericks, Kings, that would be a great first-round matchup. I would love to see that. To see Luka Doncic, right? The guy that should have been the Sacramento King, come into a rocking Golden One center. Like, that would be poetic justice at its finest. Like, that would be insane to me. That is box office, man. Luka against the Kings. Woo. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. And then we got the Phoenix Suns, who right now are a game below 500. That's crazy. The Warriors.
Serious problems.
They got some issues there. Utah Jazz, 2 games. The wheels are falling off. The T-Wolves have even bigger problems. I mean, that was a team that was a lock-in, and I was like, I don't know, man. And they're playing like garbage, like hot garbage. So
Cat is not coming back anytime soon either.
Who said that?
I mean, he's still a month away.
Oh, man. So what'd you think of Sengun tonight?
I thought he was everything as advertised as you said to watch. He needs veteran players around him, I think, but it's a work in progress with him and on that team.
Yeah, he definitely needs to lose some weight, get stronger. But it's crazy to think about this. But he's your are you 20? No, you're 18, right?
19.
He's a year. Think about this. He's a year older than you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People want to talk about Sabonis whooped his ass. I'm like, he's supposed to do that. Like,
I mean, Sabonis is 3 times stronger than him.
Yeah, I mean this kid is 20. Sabonis wasn't as good at 20. I don't think people understand that.
Same thing. Sabonis had the same problems when he came into the league.
Yeah, and again, he wasn't as good at 20. Now, we don't know if he'll ever be as good as Sabonis, but at 20, Man, I mean, this kid gets it. You see how fast he processes the game. He wants to get his guys open, and it's sad because he wants to get them open, but then when he's open asking for the ball, they'll just look him off and be like,
They
nope.
are not hitting that slip, bro. That slip is not getting hit. That dive
Ever.
is not getting hit.
Ever. That is crazy. Like,
And
you saw that? Like,
they're-
that slips there all game for them.
it's wide open. And then when they did hit it, he would just swing it back to the corner. It was a wide open three. And they're using Jabari Smith as like a sit in the corner 3-point shooter. Like, what am I seeing?
A lack of accountability. Just a young team. Just a young, bad team, right?
And that's why you don't tank people.
That's crazy. That is insane. Let's see. I want to see the highlights, but that exactly like that is why you don't tank. Who else stood out to you on the Rockets tonight?
I mean, Eric Gordon's still a bucket.
Oh my God, that mother hover is a bucket, bro. That guy can hoop.
I'm like, man, they're never gonna get a first round pick for him. But
They might.
Like,
They might.
if some team offers to say what ends up being like the 26th pick, I can see it.
Facts.
I mean, I'd love him over Terrence Davis 1,000 times.
Oh my gosh. Talk about that, man. I mean, that guy can facilitate still. He can shoot from anywhere on the. He's so strong. He is so strong. I mean, talk about how much space. Gets foul calls. Here we see Sengun. Sengun just opens up the floor for his guard. He's so unselfish, man. Like, it's just a ton of space with this white ass body that he just creates for these guys, man. Just like Sabonis, just stands there.
A good screen setter. I mean,
yeah, and he's 20. Here we go again. DHO.
That's pretty good defense by Harrison too.
That's great defense, and that just shows how selfish that team is. Like, there's no ball movement whatsoever. Harrison Barnes. Sabonis.
Dime.
I mean, that's what they do. Like, they play the exact same way, bro. Like, it truly is. Like, someone can call it overhelping. They just have a great feel. Like, they know instinctually how basketball players react to someone attacking the rim, right? Like, we have a tendency to what? To overreact, to overhelp, and they know that. Whether they're a threat to score, even a guy like Ben Simmons who takes advantage of stuff like that. No matter how you view Ben Simmons or Sabonis in terms of like them being quote-unquote buckets, they know that if they get somewhere close to the rim, guys will react to them. And then what they want to do is pass the ball anyway.
I mean, teams won't even let Sabonis post up now. I mean, he takes one dribble, they're sending a second guy.
Great screen. Great look by TD.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Oof. Bad pass.
This is so funny how Harrison just took one step from there.
Did he travel? Let's see.
No, but what is Eric Gordon gambling for?
1, 2. Yeah, it's 2. It's a long steps. Yeah, I don't know. Eric Gordon's like, I'm not until they check that until they trade me.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Ooh. That's crazy.
That's a foul on Sengun.
Yeah, facts. So see, those are the things where he needs to learn what not to do. He got caught once and he was acting like he was shocked. To be fair, he got hacked twice today too, and they didn't call it on him.
I know for a fact one was bad.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah. And he was confused. He was like, what's going on?
Did I seriously not just get that call?
Yeah, it was crazy. Here we go. See, that much space, and that's on Harrison Barnes. Like, that's space creation right there for guys to go downhill, and then he does. Ooh, I actually caught this one on camera. What a sledgehammer! What a sledgehammer right there. TD, bang bang, in transition. That's good basketball there by the Kings. Good stuff there. Let me see. Some tankers end up in the wrench purgatory. Facts, bro. Does anyone on the Bulls intrigue you for the team? They feel on the verge of
Yeah.
blowing up. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, I could name 4 guys.
Number 1, Caruso.
Definitely.
Caruso would be amazing on this team. I mean, you talk about a connector. Like, we talk about Malik being a connector. Like, Caruso is a different type of connector. But, like, Caruso is, like, the opposite of what he does, which is play high-level defense. And is a gifted passer, too.
You're right.
But, yes, you know, guys like DeMar, guys like Patrick, what's his name?
Patrick Williams.
Patrick Williams.
Even a guy like the human airplane intrigued me.
Yeah. But guys like Levine don't intrigue me.
Drummond still
Drummond.
intrigues me.
Drummond intrigues me too. He does. He's not on my top list in terms of backups. Like, I'd rather have
No.
Mason. I'd rather
Mason
have
Plumlee's there.
Hartenstein. Yeah, like, I'd rather have Mason, Hartenstein over
Reed.
guys like him. Someone's get like a cool summer breeze. If you draft Morant, Luka, or Zion, that's crazy. That's moving screen. See, that's the thing. Like, we can talk about moving screens, and yes, both Tyson and I agree with you. Sabonis gets away with things like that. Holmes doesn't. Metu doesn't. It's truly incredible how inconsistent refs is. Like, I don't know what's a moving screen or not anymore.
Although that one they called on him was garbage.
Which one?
Oh my god. That when Metu, Garrison Matthews just fell to the ground. He didn't even remotely touch him.
Yeah. 50 Cent let the Beam Sengun's too soft at this point for Sabonis. I mean, he's 20.
I mean, Jared Allen's too soft for him.
Everybody too soft for Sabonis. Like, what are we saying? Like this isn't a Sengun problem. This is an NBA problem. I mean, Sabonis is a rock star. Like, let's not belittle Sabonis now. You know what I'm saying?
But we're talking about an all NBA guy.
Damn. Like, put some respect on his name. And here we go, right? This is what he's talking about. Oh.
This is what's the
like,
where I can just get to my jump hook on you.
Like, that's everybody though. Like let's be fair about this. That's everybody. Like, nobody can stop him. Like, he's just a beast.
Like I said, he did that to Jared Allen.
Yeah, and that's an elite shot blocker right there. Oh, good look, Davion. Good look. Who is this? Oh, my guy. What a pass. I mean, talk about connectors, bro. Talk about connectors. Jay Shante, who hasn't played much, and we talked about this earlier. That dude would be God sent for the Kings.
I've actually been intrigued by him since he came into the league. He just plays hard, and he's strong as nails, too.
He's a winner, bro. He's an impactful player. He's a guy that, when he first came into the league 2 years ago, I think the question was him or Dort, right? Like, those players are, like, very similar in so many ways. Obviously, Jayshawn Tate is not highlighted that way just because he's been on the Rockets for 3 years and the injury don't help. But, I mean, last year, this dude's like 11, 5, and 3 in like 25 minutes. I mean, this dude impacts the game.
If you can get 11, 5, and 3 from your 9th and 10th man, that's pretty good.
Right. So Jayshawn Tate would be amazing. I would love that guy on my team. And you felt the instant impact. I mean, this guy's played 5 games this year, but you felt it right when he came into the game. Like, this dude was dropping dimes, playing hard-nosed defense. This guy is just a freak of an athlete, which the Kings had, and they just gave him away.
The Kings had him looking like Aaron Gordon tonight.
Yep. Look at Jayshawn. Holy smoke. What a move. I mean, his feel for the game is just nice, bro. Like, his feel for the game is nice. Real nice. Jayshawn Tate, they're just dropping dimes. Foxy's nice.
Can't go under that screen right there.
EG.
And then you allow him. When he started hitting that, I was like, oh, he's going for 30 tonight.
Oh my God! Look at EG. Look at EG. Put him on his
Yeah,
hip.
man.
He's nice. EG's nice, bro.
He has range too.
For EG, it's always been injuries for him. I mean, that kid,
Right.
since he came into the league from Indiana, he is special. Like,
A bucket getter.
injuries have derailed his entire career of how he's been perceived, but EG has been a bucket getter his whole life. Like, and like a underrated play. Oof. Th-
Right.
This was nice. That
That's
was
an
nice.
and one.
Yeah. Here we go again. See what I'm
Dying.
saying? Like, the overreact. You know what I'm saying? Like you just do. Like, don't leave the best shooter on the floor.
What? Exactly. Like,
But again, we have the tendencies as hoopers just to over. That's just what you do, bro. And like guys who process the game,
cheat.
right, right. Bam. Sabonis in transition. What's he gonna do? Make the simple, easy pass, but the right pass. He plays the game the right way. He just does. Pick and roll. Oh. That's gross. Baby Sabonis. Baby Sabonis going to work. Here we go. Bam. Keegan's playing out of his mind right now in terms of shooting the ball. He has 6 rebounds today. Mike Brown was talking about him. Fox is just a menace in transition, bro. Impossible to stop that guy. Great back pick here by Malik. Great flare screen,
Man, he got
down
wide
screen.
open.
Yeah, because like the play started here though. Watch this. See Malik Monk set this back pick on EG right here. This creates confusion. This is a Spain pick and roll, which is an iteration of Spain pick and roll. Because now, actually, it's Spain pick and roll. Either way, he gets Harrison Barnes cutting to the rim. You got Matthews saying, hey, here he comes, right? So now EG's confused because he didn't hear Matthews, and now you got no man's land. That's what happens. This is why I love the Spain pick and roll. It's my favorite action in basketball. So that happens. Now you pop up for a screen here from Sabonis. So again, a little flare down screen here, and then you get a wide open shot. That's what happens. I always talk about this, man. Guards don't communicate on defense like that. They just don't.
Yep.
They just don't. And the Kings are same thing. That guy can shoot the freaking ball, bro. Holy cow.
It's a thick sniper.
Let me see what they do. Okay, so Sengun starts to play. Double stagger DHO. The exact thing the Kings ran last game, right? Here we get the first screen here from EG. We get the second screen here from Sengun. Just enough space. Just
It
enough
puts Monk.
space.
Yeah.
That's great defense by Monk. That's great defense by Monk. But, ooh, Jalen, bro. Good swing.
Look how deep Gordon is, bro.
I
That
got
guy
it.
has range.
Guy's a bucket, bro. That guy's a bucket. Oof. He drives and kicks. Okay, so let's look at Malik there.
He definitely was ball watching.
Yeah. You know what I was gonna point that out. Oh, where the fuck? Where was it? All right.
Where was Green at to start? Let's
Okay,
see.
so Malik is guarding Matthews.
So how does he get what?
Fox. Okay, so Keegan's guarding
Gordon.
EG. Okay. Fox is guarding Green.
Green.
Oh, yeah, and then Harrison's guarding the rookie.
Fox and Monk got to talk.
Yep. And the breakdown happens here.
Because they're both going to the corner.
Right, but I feel like this is on Malik just because I have my big man here. I don't really need help.
Yeah, That's my point. Like, he's not
Right.
gonna make that over Sabonis.
Right,
not.
and I think that's what you and me talk about when we say he's not locked in. That's a mistake that happens every single game. That you got to trust your big man to
Yeah.
like stay vertical. So and what Fox does, Fox makes the right play. Like he gushes to the corner because he actually reads it. But Eric Gordon changes it because he like no looked him like the whole way. So he manipulated him with his eyes. So that's just a heads up play from EG.
Yep.
I mean, again, the breakdown happened with Malik there, right? Those are the things that I'm talking about. Here we go. Oh, Jesus.
Hey, that play was nasty where
That
Fox set that little
was.
brush screen.
Let me see.
Fox sets that little brush.
Yep. Put it in. That's bad.
Sengun got stuck immediately.
Yeah. It's bad defense by the Rockets, but yeah, it's a great screen by Fox. See, those are the little things that Fox used to not do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those are the winning plays that Mike Brown, the coaching staff, are talking about. Where, as Fox said, they're not asking me to score 40. They're asking me to stay in front of a guy, set screens for my own teammates. Like those aren't things that the Rockets are talking about. Like no disrespect to them.
But they're not even thinking about.
And we've been there before, right? Like we speak from experience because we've been there before, man. Seeing the team has somewhat regressed back to defense levels from last year. What's your worry level there? They suck on defense. Even Mike Brown said it the other night. Like they suck.
You just gotta communicate better.
Sabonis needs more credit for the work he put into become a 3-point threat. Yeah, I mean he's getting better. He's also wide open. Just to add some context to it, it's not like he's hitting set over. He is legit wide open, which to his credit, he's hitting them. EG's been nice since he was cooking MJ's kids. Malik is high. Leave him alone. Yes, man. All right, let's keep going. Nice little ghost screen, flare screen here, pop up. Oh, Sengun. Oh, what a pass. Jesus. I mean, that's the type of
Gordon is the only
about.
one who will hit that slip.
Yeah.
Those other two guards are not hitting that slip.
He's a veteran, bro. And, like, Sengun already knows what's going to happen. He already saw the play. His only job right now is to look at this guy.
Yeah,
it's to, like, make you think. Yes. It's to make you think the ball's going here. And he moves people with his eyes, right? Look at him. He's looking right at Jabari. Like, and Keegan's like, oh, it's a split-second game, bro. We talked about this last night. Basketball is a split-second game. Can you process it faster than the defender? I mean, how many times I, look you off for a pass? Like, people are ball watchers. That's just our tendencies, man. As basketball players, like, we just look at the ball and we look at eyes. That's simple. And that is a dime. KJ would be nice on this team.
Yeah. I mean, that's not even terrible defense either.
Yeah, that's just great offense. See, Sabonis.
He just weight roomed him.
Yeah.
He just weight roomed him there.
Look at Sengun, though. Again, same stuff. He got 3 dudes over him. And again, that's Sabonis we're talking about, okay? He actually pushed Sabonis backwards.
Right, but Harrison, to me, that's too much of a commitment from him.
100%.
Like,
but guys do that.
Hedge. Come on, bro. Like, Harrison, you can't cheat that much over.
Yeah, all right. 100%. That's just bad defense. And that's what Sengun wants to do. He's looking for his teammates. See what I'm saying? Like, he's like, oh, 3-pointer. Give him another dime. Here we go again. Cheating. Bad defense here.
Gamble.
Terrible gamble. So if I'm Sengun, I'm watching Sabonis. I'm watching this game like, damn, like I can be that. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely something that he's looking forward to, and I'm intrigued to see what he does in game number 2.
Yeah.
Here we go. See, EG the only one that passed him the ball, bro.
Right. Like,
Again, Harrison Barnes, right?
and KJ Martin's feeling it at this point. Like, he already saw 3 of those go down.
Yeah, but that's also respect in the scouting report that if he don't help, that he's going to score versus Sabonis either way. So, and again, the same for Sabonis. This is how guys are treating these types of players that are just good low post players. And kick out, bam, bam. At this point, like you said, this guy's feeling it. And yeah, man, that's just good basketball. Again, he processes the game very well. Great screen here by Sabonis. Good roll. Keegan, good pass
That's
there.
a quick release.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh.
That was
Jeez.
Smith's one highlight.
Yeah, that was nasty.
This is a tough finish. Oh.
That is gross. That's great. That is a bucket getter. Jayshawn Tate in transition. Hard-nosed defense. See, that's what good players do, bro. They push and they look up. Like, that's a guy that every playoff team needs. A Jayshawn Tate. Here he goes again. Damn. Matthews is actually low-key nice, bro. He attacks the gaps. Oof. Spain pick and roll, baby. Once again,
They run that at
great,
least. Yeah.
great back pick there. Okay. Here we go. High hammer screen, right? It's a
Malik sent another down screen.
it's a double staggered look up top, right? I think this is an ATO. Was it an ATO? Yeah, it was after timeout.
After the quarter.
No, that's at the 11-minute mark. It's 11 minutes, so it must have been. So we see that, right? And we see that back pick here. And they just fall asleep, bro. Like, they're terrible defensively.
Malik didn't even really set a screen. He kind of just stood there.
Yeah, I guess just bad defense. Bam. He traveled. That's 3 steps. Here we go, Sengun.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ, that guy is just a bucket.
All he wanted to do is catch and shoot.
I like him. There's always got room for guys like Matthews off your bench. You know what I mean?
I mean, right. I mean, that's a Duncan Robinson type guy.
But he's quicker. Like the way he attacks at gaps, collapses, and then kicks out. He has he has bursts off his first step. You know.
Yeah, that's scary.
Here we go. Oh, good look. Fox attack. Sengun. That's the first that I was laughing because like that was the first time that Green hit him, and like that play is there.
Couldn't hit anybody else there either.
And like that play is there all game long for them, bro. Like it's crazy. Here we go again. You see it, and the Kings were surprised he even hit him. They were like, oh shit.
Harrison was like, man, do I even slide?
Yeah, that's a good play. It's about time you hit him, Green. De'Aaron, Trey.
That's a huge offensive rebound.
Huge. I mean, this is a big time swing. They're up 5.
A timely offensive rebound.
Here we go.
Because after that offensive rebound, it was game.
That's a crazy move. That's a crazy move. 17-4 run. 17-4 run. Okay. Swing. What a pass again. Great pick
pump
here.
fake.
Just great pick by Harrison Barnes. Look at this. Right here. Boom, boom. Fox sees it right away.
Eric Gordon's too short to get that.
And he was out of position, too. It's just a great play. Great pass. Great pass. What a game. Light the beam at this point. I mean, the Kings were just making it rain. They held them to 20 points in the fourth. That's crazy. Call Atlanta, unprotect that pick, and let's upgrade this team before the deadline. Well,
Thank you.
facts, bro. Well, let's go and do it, y'all, man. Got the highlights, got the interviews, we got the phone calls. Tyson, it's midnight. Damn. I'll let you know when we hoop next. But Kings win, man. Can they do it again? They should be able to. But if they're like a daisical, if they're not locked in, they're not gonna win because this team can score. That's just the reality.
You can't let them hang around.
You let me know, Ty. We ready to run, bro. We ready to run, brother. Well, I appreciate y'all on behalf of the entire CK family, on behalf of all the sponsors, man. Medici across the street. What a crazy stream, man. Like, we lost a lot of people because it was just on and off. Thank you, Golden One Center, for your amazing Wi-Fi. It's ridiculous. But, hey, man, it is what it is, y'all. Stay blessed. Have a good night. And pray for me to get home safe, man, because I just hope it's not rainy or windy, man, because Saturday night was wild. But, yeah, we need to play D, man. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.